You are now tuned into Diving Within B, the podcast where we dive into everything me.
What is up, guys? Back again with another podcast episode. I know it's been way too long. It's been some months, honestly. We are now in 2022. It is March, about to be April, actually. And yeah, it's like the crazy part is I've recorded multiple podcasts, but every time I've recorded, they've been like 30-minute long episodes and where I've been like pouring my heart out. And there's been some type of audio issues once I played the footage back, and that just kind of like discouraged me. So I figured that I might as well give it another try. And it's funny because I thought it was my microphone, and I used the microphone about a week ago to record something for one of my friends, and it was working perfectly fine. So I don't know if like it was my computer glitching out, because I did do a software update, and it was like a big software update. So maybe there was some issues going on with like the voice recorder or something like that. But we got all of that stuff worked out, man. And it honestly feels really good to be back. If you're listening to this, thank you. If this is your first time, welcome to Diving Within B, the podcast where we dive into everything related to me, but not only related to me, just things going on. So we talk about photography, we talk about videos, we talk about life, we just talk about a lot of real stuff here and a lot of creative stuff too. But I don't want to spend too much time talking about random things, so let me catch you guys up on what's been going on in my life and my world. I left my job back in January, and I won't put too many details of where I was working down and what I was doing, but I was at that job for about 3 years, and 3 years to a 22-year-old, that's a significant chunk of time. Like, it dang near felt like that was where I was at my whole life almost. And I kind of feel like that was one of the reasons why I wanted to leave. And I know that may sound stupid because it's like, oh, well, if you're somewhere for a while, the longer you're there, you know, it shows that you can stay with a job for a long time and that you're like a loyal worker, you know, all of that stuff. Yes, that's true. And I feel like that's definitely good or great if you plan to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. You know, that's something that's good in your resume. But for me, right, I feel deep in my heart that I'm a creative and I won't always work a 9 to 5, and that one day I'll eventually be my own boss. So it's like, yes, that's important, but at the same time, it's like, is that helping me further advance in my own goals? And that's what I really have to start asking myself, like, how is this helping me progress? Because if anything, and I'm not saying like my job was terrible or anything, like my job was actually amazing for me, but for me in my interest, it was pretty bad, meaning that it kind of tempted me to spend a lot of money on, let's say, more camera equipment, more video games, more tech in general. Like, you know, like I got a nice discount, so it's just like utilizing that kind of trick my brain into thinking, oh, you're not really spending money because you're getting all of this money off, and if you didn't work here, you wouldn't have. So it's like I had to kind of escape that and escape that mindset. And I know that just comes down to like a lot of self-control and self-discipline, but I feel like it's easier to not be tempted if you're just not around this stuff to begin with, right? But yeah, so I've been working at a new job, and you know, it's been going okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I love it or anything like that, but I feel like it was necessary for me because I feel like it's helping me really buckle down and focus on things in life. You know, like I want to get my own place this year, next year, you know, one of the next few years at least. And that was a process that I only could imagine of back at my old job. But like at this job, is reachable, you know, like I've already put the work in and I've already put those steps in. You know, I've been kind of like talking to a realtor. He's actually one of my friends. You know, we've been kind of figuring things out. He got me connected to somebody to kind of help me manage my money a little bit and kind of think about certain costs down the line. That way they're not surprises when they do come. So just telling me to put this amount aside, put this amount aside. That way, in any scenario, you're still good, and it still works out the way you need it to. So, yeah, I've been doing that, saving my money a lot better and investing my money a lot more. And we'll talk about that in the future, actually. Down the line, this podcast will probably branch off into another podcast series. Me, my cousin, and a few of our other friends, we have our own little men's group going on, and we're in the realm of brainstorming ideas for our own podcast setup. So that's going to be coming very, very soon. And I know you guys are going to love the content within that. So I'm not going to talk too much about investing and things like that in this podcast series, but you'll definitely see that side of me on that show. And it's coming soon. And I think overall, the lesson in all of this that I wanted to talk to you guys about or teach you guys is that, let's say you really only do live one life. It's do you want to go through your life and do you want to just live in your comfort zone, And it's if you answer yes to that, that's perfectly fine. There's no reason with saying, yes, I love having a stable job. I love having a stable income. I love being able to just pay my bills perfectly enough to where, I have a little money set aside that I can enjoy myself every once in a blue moon. Perfectly fine. There's nobody should be yelling at you, saying people like that suck, your mindset is trash, because I feel what a lot of people forget is that there's plenty of people out there that don't mind living like that, and that's a perfectly doable lifestyle, So it's there's nothing wrong with that at all. But there's also a big group of individuals that want to live on the riskier side, and I think I'm starting to realize that's what I am. I get bored in places pretty fast, so it's 3 years I feel was already a long enough time at my other job, but this year I really want to experiment and push myself out my comfort zone and try different things, because I feel you won't ultimately know what you really love unless you try, right? And not even just that. Like I said, for me personally, I really want to focus on myself, my own branding, and build that up, because if you ask me what I love doing, I love recording videos and I love taking pictures. Point blank period. That's really it. If I could get paid to just continue to make these creative projects that I do for the rest of my life, I would do that. I honestly would, and I will do that. So one thing I say about me being at this new job is that it's been helping me focus very intuitively on myself and on my brand. I started up BC2 Productions last year, came out with the logo, came out with the announcement, told you guys I'll be working on some new projects. But this year, BC2 Productions, we're taking over. And if you guys follow me on any other social media platforms, Instagram, BC2 Prod, I'm fixing the branding on YouTube, because I know some of my friends are I love all of your content. I literally watch everything you post, no matter what it's about, video games. I watch you on Twitch. I watch your lock channel. I watch your daily vlogs. I watch your adventure channel. So it's but the issue is they're it will be cool if it was all in one place. And yes, that would be awesome, right? But at the same time, I feel you have to kind of give everything its own category. That way you draw in the right audiences of people. But with that being said, I have been restructuring my Adventures with B YouTube channel, because, okay, so in the recent months, ever since I started my lock journey, right, I've been making lock videos on the Life of B channel and that channel's been blowing up. Like, it's really been doing numbers. So it would make sense for me to roll out all of my new content on that channel. Yes. But at the same time, to me, it doesn't, because that channel is a lifestyle channel. That channel is about me going to the grocery store, me hanging out with my friends, having fun. Like, that channel isn't about all of my creative endeavors, really, you know? So on Adventures with B, that channel was created at first to just focus on me going out with my cameras, taking pictures, having fun, going on adventures. But, you know, I started rolling out the podcast on that channel. Why did I choose that channel? I mainly chose it because that channel is already centered on me and my cameras and my photography and my video work. So I kind of felt like, I think I started that last year. I felt like if I just built that up more with different types of content like that, it works. And it does. I just have to change the branding a little bit more. So now, if you go on that YouTube, you'll notice I have everything properly sorted in playlists. So we have my adventures in one playlist category. We have my podcast in a playlist category. And now we have my productions, which will consist of documentaries, music videos, you know, any type of more of my serious work, you know, where I'm not really in the video, but I'm recording the video and I produced the video and I edited the video and I did the work like that. Though that's where you will see that content from me. And yeah, so I might change the name of the channel itself, and I might just change it to my actual name, because like my vlogging and lock channel, that's not even my name. Like, it's The Life of B. So I might change Adventures with B to something else, because we still have my adventure series inside of it. But we'll see. I'm not too stressed about it, but I feel like properly branding yourself kind of helps in the long run with attracting new customers and attracting in, you know, new fans of your content and things like that. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my coffee there. But yeah, so if you're one of those people and you feel like you've been kind of in the same place for a while and you need something new, like, don't be afraid to try new things and branch out. I know it's scary to take a leap of faith like that and to just wake up and leave somewhere that you kind of already know what the day will consist of and the worst that the day can get. But don't let that hinder you, or don't let that have you paralyzed to not make a decision or a choice. Because another thing too, when you leave an opportunity, a lot of the time, if you know, the people liked you there and you really were a big help to that team, they'll be more than open to let you come back. So it's like, if that opportunity is on the table, why wouldn't you take a risk and try something different, you know? Because it's like, hear me out, right? I won't say the world is falling apart, because I feel like no matter what time in the world, there's always been major events going on, major catastrophes, major sicknesses, major wars. Like, all of those things have been going on since the dawn of time. But it's like, saying that you'll wait to try something once things stabilize out a little bit more, once things blow over, like, we realistically don't know when that is. And it's like, if you're waiting for that opportunity, it might not ever come, right? And then you reach a point in your life where you're in your 30s, your 40s, or, you know, if you're an older listener, your 60s, your 70s, where you still waited for it to blow over and it never did. And every time somebody asks you, like, you know, are you planning on that one move still? It's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for this stuff to blow over. So it's like, I'm not saying that those people are thinking irrationally, but it's more so like, act in the moment. Like, when you have that idea and it comes to you and you jot it down, your next step should be, how do I begin this plan? Or how do I start this? Like, it shouldn't be, that's a good idea, let me save it, have it in my notes app for 5 years. You know, like, you got to just act on things. So That's one thing I encourage all my listeners to do. Take a risk. Take that leap of faith, because a lot of the time it will work out in your favor. And if it doesn't, I feel like failure only helps you learn more in the long run. It's like, without failure, the richest people in the world wouldn't be the richest people in the world. I don't think there's anybody that just tried this one thing and it instantly worked out for them. Now, you have cases and scenarios like that, like where somebody knew what they were really good at and passionate about, and they started working on it when they're a little kid, and they practice it every single day repeatedly, grinding at that craft, grinding at that hobby, became so good at it that that's what they did for the rest of their life, and that's what they ultimately led them to success. But not everybody's story is like that. And it's like, with that being said, I feel like that should only encourage you to try different things and try more things. So go outside, go build that brand you're thinking of. Go start that company, go start that business, go pick up that camera, go pick up that microphone, go pick up that ball, go record in that studio, go paint that picture, it's just a million different things. Like, if you're thinking about it, no matter how small it may seem, no matter how silly it may seem, no matter how unreceptive you think your family and friends will be of it, but it sounds like fun and it seems like something that you would actually be good at, that you would enjoy doing, don't let anybody stop you. Period. Go do it. But that's all for today, guys. I'm not going to make this episode too long, just in case it didn't work out again and I wasted time. But we'll just do a little short episode for today. Just catch you guys back up with everything that's been going on in my world. And I'll be in touch. So stay tuned for the rest of my content. Hope you guys have a great day. It's your boy Bruce, and I'm out.